If you're trying to scale a business right now and growth feels inconsistent, this message is for you because there's a very strong chance the way you're trying to grow isn't actually built to scale. Not because you're not working hard, not because the people around you aren't good, but because what you're calling growth isn't a system. It's a collection of disconnected efforts. Someone running ads, someone writing an email, a freelancer building landing pages, a consultant advising on strategy. Nothing's connected. Nothing is compounding. And revenue gets harder to predict the bigger you get. So I'm going to show you exactly what that is costing you and what the businesses that are actually scaling have built instead. My name's Jake, also known as Jake on Growth, and I've been building businesses for over a decade. I know you might be thinking, but Jake, you look way too young, and I hope you're thinking that because it would be a compliment, but I've been doing this since I was in my late teens, but more recently, in the last few years, I've been the founder of Magnet. And across these few years, my team and I at Magnet have grown over 30 companies with more than $2 billion in combined market capitalization. I published an Amazon #1 best-selling book on growth, and I'm a member of the Forbes Business Council, and we're also part of the DMCC AI Center. But my credentials don't mean much if what I'm about to show you doesn't make any sense. So let me walk you through exactly what's happening in most businesses trying to scale right now and why most of them are leaving serious money on the table without realizing. So here's what I see every single time a growth stage business comes to us. They've got a product or service that customers are paying for, an offer the founder built themselves that's never really been stress tested in the market. They're doing a few things to get more customers. They've probably hired an agency to run their ads, a freelancer to write their emails, maybe a social media manager, maybe even a consultant directing the process. They've got tools, a CRM, an email platform, a landing page conversion builder, an analytics dashboard, spreadsheets. And they think that with all of these moving parts, they've actually got a real shot at scaling. They don't, because what they actually have is a collection of disconnected efforts. Someone is running ads. Someone is writing copy. Someone else is sending emails. Someone is doing the work on socials. Nobody is building a full stack growth system. Nobody is testing at scale, which is possible because everything is in one place. Nobody is testing the offer itself. Nobody can see the full picture and nothing is connected to anything. They're just hoping that something works. A full stack growth system is different. A full stack growth system connects every single effort across a customer's journey from the first moment they see your brand to the moment they buy, to the moment they buy again, all the way to the moment they bring you your next customer. So every stage is feeding the next. Every stage is maximizing the revenue at the one before it. And the aim of the full stack growth system is so that the people that you spend money on to acquire today become your marketing channel for tomorrow. So that's the shape of it. And here is what it looks like in practice. It's running dozens of creatives against different ICPs and audiences, testing every variable and running all of it for a traffic channel you can control and scale, not a platform that you're at the mercy of. It's stress testing the offer itself, different angles, price points, positioning, until you find the version the market responds to the hardest. It's building funnels that turn cold attention into warm intent. It's engineering the conversion point so that intent becomes revenue. It's the onboarding sequences that turn buyers into repeat customers. It's the pricing and packaging that maximizes lifetime value and business revenue. And it's the referral mechanics that turn your best customers into your best marketing channel. And every single part of this feeds the next. So that's what a full stack growth system actually looks like. And almost nobody has one. What they have instead is someone running the ads, hoping a landing page converts, hoping email follow-ups close the deal, hoping customers stick around, hoping the business model holds, hoping referrals come in. Hope is not a strategy, guys. And the result is the same thing I hear from nearly every founder who comes to us. We're doing a lot, but growth feels inconsistent. It feels inconsistent because it is. The reason is simple. You don't have a full stack growth system. So what does a real full stack growth system look like? Now, the Magnet full stack growth system framework is the result of a decade of me growing businesses online, and the last few years helping over 30 companies grow through my company, Magnet. It's the framework that distills everything that actually moves the needle and discards everything that doesn't. into a single connected system. It maps the full revenue cycle into 6 connected stages, each with its own playbook, KPIs, and outputs. Firstly, we have Attract, the foundation of the entire system. This is where we stress test the offer against the market, different angles, price points, positioning, until we find the version that resonates hardest. It's where we test the ICP itself, different audiences, segments, messages, until we find the people who buy without resistance. And this is also where we find and build traffic channels you can actually control and scale. So the system has fuel that keeps producing for years, not weeks. If you get Attract right, every other stage that follows becomes cheaper, faster, and more profitable. Secondly, we have Nurture, the systems that turn that cold attention from the traffic channels into warm intent. So content, sequences, retargeting, funnels, landing pages, community. The things that move people from just discovered you to ready to buy. It's the reason traffic that didn't convert today still becomes revenue next week. Thirdly, we have Convert, the actual point of conversion, where warmed, qualified demand becomes revenue. We engineer the sales process, we strip out the friction, and we sharpen the offer with the mechanics that move a hesitant buyer over the line, whether that be guarantees, bonuses, scarcity, urgency. Whether the path is direct purchase, book a call, lead capture, it's built around qualified buyers and helping them actually make decisions. Stage 4, Activate, the onboarding, engagement, and retention systems that turn your new customers that have now closed into active returning ones, because acquisition is completely meaningless if customers do not stick. Fifth, we have Monetize, the pricing, packaging, upsells, cross-sells, and lifetime value mechanics that maximize the revenue every customer produces and decide whether acquisition is even profitable in the first place. And finally, we have Amplify, turning customers into your most powerful marketing channel. Referrals, community, social proof, content that compounds and feeds straight back into Attract, the first stage, with cheaper, warmer intent traffic than any cold channel can deliver. So it's Attract, Nurture, Convert, Activate, Monetize, Amplify, back to Attract. Each stage feeds the next. Each stage is measurable, and together they form a complete operating system for growth. And here's where most businesses fall down. Even when they understand the stages, they can't see them. Their growth lives across 10 different tools and 3 spreadsheets. Nobody can see the full picture. Nobody knows what's actually driving revenue. Decisions get made on gut feel. So we built the platform that solves that. Every funnel, every channel, every asset, every campaign in one place. Every metric, every data point, every performance signal in one environment. And every week, a clear report on what's performing across the whole system, what's been optimized, and what's getting worked on next. Because when your full system and all of its data lives in one place, growth stops being guesswork. It becomes a decision you can make with confidence. And now here's the part most businesses do not think through properly. The traditional way to do all of this, Attract, Nurture, Convert, Activate, Monetize, Amplify, is to hire it. A paid ads manager, a designer, a video editor, a copywriter, an email marketer, plus whoever is left to connect it all. You know, that's 7 hires right there, 7 salaries, 7 calendars, 7 sets of opinions, and 1 founder left trying to stitch it together into something that works. A full stack growth system replaces all of it. One system designed end to end, one team operating every stage, one platform unifying every component, every part built to connect, every part built to compound. You don't need to build a growth department. You need a full stack growth system. Now let me show you what happens when this is actually built inside your business, because this isn't theory. We've done this numerous times across different industries, stages, and markets. Here we have a finance company we worked with. We built the full system, structured testing, funnels, conversion flows, retention sequences. We got them 50,000 new users in 3 months, 41% conversion on cold traffic. And we can look here, an infrastructure company. We did growth campaigns, structured testing, community, narrative position. We added $160 million in market capitalization within 6 weeks. Or here, an education company. We brought the brand to market for the first time, built the system end to end. They generated $10,000 in revenue on day one without any ad spend. And this helped them get a successful funding round at a 7-figure valuation. Then we have a gaming company, full system, organic and paid channel activation, $50,000 in community funding filled within 24 hours. And here, a software company, growth system built and activation end to end, plus community support. Over 1,000 customers in the first 6 weeks. All of these case studies, different industries, different markets, different growth goals. Same common thread. When the system is built right, growth compounds. And here is the part that matters the most. Most growth companies will show you their client results and ask you to trust them. But the fastest way to know whether a growth company actually knows what they're doing is to look at how they grow themselves. So let me show you 4 systems we've deployed for our own business magnet over the last 12 months. System 1. Our Web3 growth system targeting Web3 companies that need sustainable growth. We spent $11,540. We generated $180,000 in revenue, over a 15x return. System 2, our info system, helping founders build growth systems in Web3. We spent $5,000. We got $25,000 back, a 5x return. System 3, our AI visibility system, validating a new offer we've considered launching. We spent $4,000 and we built $55,000 in pipeline value. Again, clearly over a 10x return. And finally, system 4, our performance system. We spent $900, we got $20,000 back within just a couple of weeks, a 20x return. You see, we use our own platform. We run our own framework. We don't just talk about this. We operate it. We are the case study for having a full stack growth system. So one more thing before I tell you what to do next. Every month you run disconnected tactics is a month of revenue you will never get back. The ads you've been running without a system behind them, that traffic is gone. The leads that didn't get nurtured properly, they're with someone new now. The warm intent you never converted because there was no real sales process, closed. The customers who churned because there was no activation flow, they're not coming back. The buyers you never upsold because the monetization layer didn't exist, that revenue is gone too. Every disconnected tactic isn't just inefficient. It's a transaction with the market where you pay the full price and collect a fraction of the return. And here's why right now this matters more than any moment that's come before it. AI has fundamentally changed what's possible inside a growth system. Businesses can now test more variables in a week than used to be possible in a quarter, which sounds like an opportunity, and it is, but only for the businesses moving fast enough to capture it. Because the businesses already with a system are pairing it with the right AI and they're pulling away. They're acquiring customers cheaper than you can. They're converting more of them than you can. They're keeping them longer than you can. They're monetizing them harder than you can. And they're turning them into referrers while you're still figuring out how to grow. Every month you wait, that gap widens. The customers that should have been yours go to someone else with a better system. The revenue that should have been in your bank account compounding is with someone else. And the moment you finally decide to build a growth system to solve all of this, you're starting from behind in a market that's moved on. You can keep running disconnected tactics, or you can build the system now while there's still ground to take. If you're serious about scaling, there isn't really a third option. So if you're trying to scale your business right now and what I've just walked you through resonates, here's the next step. Click the link below and book a free growth audit with my team. On that call, we're going to do a proper diagnosis of your current setup, which is why we ask the questions we do when you go to book in. This isn't a sales call. It's a $250 growth strategy session we're not charging you for. We'll look at where your growth is actually happening, where it's leaking, and where the biggest opportunities are. You'll walk away from that conversation with genuine clarity on where revenue is breaking down in your business, whether we end up working together or not. Now, as we start to understand your business on that call, we'll also be assessing whether there's a real opportunity for us to work together. If we believe there is, if we see a clear path to building a system that drives measurable growth and revenue for you, we'll fill out a full application with you right there on the call. And that application will go to our growth team for assessment. And here's why that application matters. The way we work as a business, we fully build and operate end-to-end full stack growth systems for businesses. We keep our fees minimal because our real upside comes from performance. We structure our partnerships so that we earn based on the revenue we generate for your business. That means we're only making real money when you make money. So hopefully you can see why we need to be selective. Because of the performance model, if we take on a business we can't actually grow, we both lose. That's also why if we do take you on, you can trust that we're all in. Our success is literally tied to yours. So click the link, book the growth audit. Let's see what's possible.